Okay, so let's go to linear inequalities first. So what's an example? Mm, I'll just give some examples and then let's solve. So, for example, say 2x plus 5 is less than 3. So first, this is an inequality. For a linear inequality, we have to solve, di ba? For x, just like an equation. So in order to do that, let's transpose everything that can be transposed. So 3 minus 5, and then this one becomes negative 2. So we have to solve for x. So x is less than negative 2 over 2, or x is less than negative 1. So if I ask you, what's the critical number? You would say negative 1. But since it's linear, we're only solving for one number. So if I were to draw that on a real number line, I can say if this is negative 1, this is going to the left because it's less than negative 1. So it's everything to the left of it. Is it included or not? Diba? It does not have an equal sign. That means it's a parenthesis only. So if I ask you, can you write it in interval notation form? Yes. It should be from negative infinity up to negative 1. Both are parentheses. Can you write it in solution set notation? Yes. X such that x is less than negative 1. Okay, this one's quite clear. So let's try number 2. Okay, so in this case, ang gulo-gulo niya, halo-halo. So what we can do here is multiply everything by 3 first. So if I multiply everything by 3, this one becomes 4x minus 3 less than or equal to 6x plus 15. And then as I said, all the letters and all the numbers have to be together. So I'll move 6x to the other side. I'll move 3 to the other side, but changing the signs. So here it becomes negative 2x is less than or equal to 18. So let's divide everything by negative 2. When I divide everything by a negative sign, that means the sign of x changes. If the sign of x changes, the direction of the inequality should also change. So how do I draw this on a real number line? If this is negative 9, it would go to the right side of negative 9. It has an equal sign, so what should the sign be? Parenthesis or bracket? Bracket, very good. Okay, what would be the interval notation? Can you tell me? So from negative 9 going to positive infinity. Again, ang infinity, we can never put a bracket on infinity. It's always parenthesis. Can you give me the solution set? Actually, ang solution set natin ay nasa taas. So, x such that x greater or equal to negative 9. Okay, so I'll go to another example. So this one, you'll notice there are two inequalities, right? Two symbols. So what I would do here is I need to isolate the x and I have to retain x in the middle. So what I'll do, I'll add 1 to all the sides. So this becomes 5x. This becomes negative 10 plus 1. On the other side, it has to be 3 plus 1. Can you follow so far? So in here, I'll get 4 is less than 5x is less than or equal to 11. I need an x, so I need to divide everything by 5. This becomes 4/5 is less than x is less than or equal to 11 over 5. So how do I draw that? That means I have to have two numbers at the bottom. And then there's a line. Now, look, on 4/5, is it parenthesis or bracket? It's parenthesis. Here on 11/5, it should be bracket. Therefore, how do I write the interval notation? The interval would be parenthesis from 4/5, comma, 11/5, bracket. And then, how do I write the solution set notation? The solution set would be this one, that x is greater than 4/5, but less than or equal to 11/5. Pero x such that, ganun siya. So it is true for all the values of x such that the x should be greater than 4/5 but less than or equal to 11/5. Are there any questions? Okay, so I'll move to the next.